The Honorable Hlengwa.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You speak about the BRICS Bank, and I was just wondering whether your decision to appoint Minister Nene back was to rescind the announcement that is going to the BRICS Bank. But Honorable Mr. President, he who pays the piper calls the tune. And China is going to be investing so-called 14.7 billion rands into South Africa, has given ESCOM 2.5 billion rands loan for the Kusile project. These aren't blank checks, Mr. President. And what is quite evident is that Tuma Mina has become Tuma I China. And so, Mr. President, what are we doing to insulate and protect South Africa from the global expansion of China? Because whilst we may take their money, it's good that we protect ourselves. And I'll tell you why. Professor Lumgile Mondi of WITS says, and I quote, "Our membership in BRICS may seem as though we are complacent about China's behavior on the continent. It has not created any number of jobs, but instead it has brought a ship full of Chinese workers and built poor infrastructure." So do these investments actually translate into jobs? Or is it China easing off its own burdens back at home, and because they've got the financial muscle, we have become a soft target? It could be, Mr. President, our participation in BRICS is us as South Africa punching way above our weight. So I put it to you, Mr. President, what is it that you are doing from protecting South Africa's interests from Chinese global expansion? Because it cannot be that we are going to be the gateway to Africa and therefore be the gateway to the exploitation of this continent as China tries to become the new world power. Thank you.
The Honorable the President.
Honorable Hlengwa, thank you very much. I can tell you that I'm not as cynical and as skeptical as you are. But at the same time, we always act to promote South Africa's interests. First and foremost, the interests of our country count most, and that's what we seek to protect. When we meet and enter into any negotiations, it's for nothing else but to protect our national interests. And when we deal with various countries, and it's not only China, it could be any country in the world, we do so making sure that we do watch the I and the T, cross the T and dot the I as carefully as possible. And this we also do on our own continent. When we entered into the Africa Free Trade Agreement, we made sure that we look at everything very closely, because that's what counts most. Because we don't want to either mortgage our country or our future, or sell our country or our future. So you can be sure that that's what we seek to do. Now, China, in our dealings with them, have not displayed any imperialist tendencies or intentions. We have not seen such, and if we had seen them, because we've got the experience of how imperialists have plundered not only our country but other countries, so we are wide awake, and we can see exactly when an imperialist comes, we see them from very, very far. Now, what we do, we've developed a very good and canny approach when we do this. Yes, we do welcome people who have money. We want to use their money so that we can advance our own interests. Recently, when President Xi Jinping was here, he and I were able virtually to open the first Chinese motor building company in the Eastern Cape. And it is now going to start rolling out cars. And who is employed there? It's South African workers. It's not Chinese workers. Yes, they do have officials and key people there, but it is a multi-billion rand investment opportunity that has come our way. Should we have... Now, if we were skeptics, should we have pushed it away and said, no, we don't want it? We don't work like that. We say, if you have money and we want to attract you to South Africa, but we are going to be on guard to advance our interests at all times and at all costs. So be rest assured that that's what we do. Next time, maybe when we have such occasions, I will ask you to be a fly on the wall so that you can see how this side of the room operates. It operates to advance our interests. Ngizakubiza mfowethu ukuthi uze uzohlala nathi ubone ukuthi siqhubha kanjani ngoba siyaqhubha thina. Ngiyabonga.